Hey people, what I've got here is a video, and I'm going to leave more than a few links in the description so that for those people who want to know, there's some very interesting reading, and I'll leave all of those, like I said, in the description. This particular channel here, or this video, was done back in, as you can see there, 6th of March 2012, okay? And there's the website that you can go to. I will also leave a link in the description. It's about NIH-funded research on the transmissibility of H5N1. That was the bird flu, right? Just listen to what this guy says, and yeah, it basically shows that we get lied to on a regular basis, okay?
Is pathogenic in ferrets if you put a lot of virus straight down in the lower airways. But it's well recognized by everybody in the flu field that if you take H5N1 and stick it up the nose of the ferret really only gets the flu, a normal flu. Now, our virus is slightly different. It causes some neurovirulence, but certainly if the ferrets receive virus via aerosol route, we have never seen severe disease in the ferrets. Now, a ferret is not a human, and as Mike just pointed out, there's still serious debates about how fatal this virus is in humans. I think more research is needed. I do not think that the 60% case fatality rate is correct.
He just said that he doesn't think the 60% fatality rate is correct, right? And yet, if you come over here to the World Health Organization, H5N1 infection in humans is a serious public health concern. Human cases are sporadic, but the fatality rate is about 60%. The whole thing of doing this is they're trying, and have been this whole time, and they're not trying anymore to create a virus that goes from an animal to a human. They're not trying to do it. They've actually done it, okay? Because that guy that you just saw, he actually wrote a paper on an experiment that he was doing. There's two separate papers. Let me find where the other one is. Hang on a minute. This is the other guy. This is the other guy that did a paper, Yoshihiro Kawaka, out of University of Wisconsin and the University of Tokyo. If you want to look up their papers and see the experiments that they've done, but it also tells you here basically what like I said, what they're trying to do, not even trying, but they have succeeded, okay, is to do something that nature normally would not frigging do. Because it says here, they said the study demonstrated that a flu virus with H5HA can spread among mammals, something that natural H5N1 viruses have done extremely rarely, if at all, right? Not only that, they mix all of this shit together. They make these concoctions, right? They make these concoctions, combine it with 7 genes from 2009 H1N1 virus, creating a hybrid virus that was able to spread by air between ferrets. Okay. Anyway, the both of them put their papers forward, whatever, and it went to the government. They pretty much told them to redact a lot of the stuff in those papers before they're actually put out there. because somebody, whether it be terrorists, whether it be just another country that wants to get the better of somebody, could literally replicate what they've made, what they've made in a fucking lab, okay, near you, in a lab, to screw us all over. This is my terminology. And I've been reading this shit all fucking morning, and the more I read, the shittier I fucking get, okay, as to what is going on out there and how we get lied to, you know. They make this stuff and then they want to blame it on nature. They make it and then they want to blame it on the pigs. They want to blame it on the birds. They want to blame it on whatever. Anyway, going from there to here, controversial experiments that could make bird flu more risky poised to resume. This came out February 8th, 2019. Okay. And I'm going to leave, like I said, I'll leave links to all of this, but I'm just going to come down to the part that is more important to me anyway, that pretty much shows you, in short, what this is all about. There's the two of them that wrote the two separate papers that did the two separate experiments. That was in 2012. After their work with H5N1 bird flu virus sparked a global controversy over research that can potentially make pathogens more dangerous to humans. Apparently at that point the funding was stopped on the research or whatever, but they again presented their paperwork, yada whatever, hid some of the shit, redacted some of the shit, and the government says now you can do it, we're going to fund it. NIH lifted the funding pause and invited new gain of function, GOF, proposals that would be reviewed by the committee with wide-ranging expertise drawn from the Department of Health and Human Services in Washington, D.C. and other federal agencies. This is what they do. They're playing God, is what they're doing. Playing God. And we're the guinea pigs. Just a little more here to bring forward. Mutant virus sensitive to antiviral. Team also determined that the airborne transmissible virus was sensitive to the antiviral drug Tamiflu, just as natural viruses usually are. In addition, they assessed whether an existing vaccine would be likely to offer any protection against the virus. They generated a hybrid virus consisting of the mutant-DAR genes combined with 6 genes from a mouse-adapted virus called PR8. This hybrid reacted well with antibodies generated by several existing H5N1 vaccines, suggesting that the vaccine could provide some protection. Finally, the team tested whether antibodies in elderly people over 70 could recognize the PR8 H5 hybrid virus. The answer was no, suggesting that they would have little immunity to it or to the airborne transmissible mutant. So this is what they do. They're making all of this mutated shit. Mutated shit. And then they expect you to trust them. Here's another paper that is I'm in the midst of reading. You'll have all the links down the bottom. Reasons for proposed redaction of flu paper, which basically is telling you that they have to hide certain shit so that people don't know. They're putting it down to terrorism and whatever, and if it leaked out, you know, it would never leak out, you know, but hey, we can always blame it on some other country for letting it out, you know, which seems to be the dumb thing. That way that creates confusion, and then nobody knows where the fuck anything came from, but in the meantime, it's all being done under our noses. I will leave the link again in description to this PDF if you want to read. And also, there is another one. Let me see, note, that was that, and this one here, which is quite lengthy, it's 140 odd pages. It's going to take me some time to get through this thing, because every time I come across a name or something or other, like for example here, risk assessment in the federal government, managing the process, otherwise known as the Red Book. This report has been updated several times. Basic framework, yeah, like I said, it's going to take me a while to get through this, but it's all about global risks for pandemic organisms and all of that kind of wonderful stuff that we're exposed to for experimental purposes. But anyway, I'm not going to make this that long. I think I pretty much covered all the links that I had. But this is, like I said, this is going back from, and I'm sure that you can find more information documented way before 2012, and the experimentation that they've done. But yeah, I think what they're actually doing is they're down to that last crucial thing of just perfecting it, you know what I mean? I mean, stick it up your nose, stick it up your ass. Lord knows I've been doing all of that. But anyway, it's not documentation that I put out there, it's documentation that has come from virologists and scientists and yada yada yada. So happy reading, folks. Well, actually, there's going to be 3 categories of people. You'll have the ones that will really get stuck into it and read everything and probably continue on from different links from those articles and what have you. Then you've got the people that will kind of sort of look at maybe 1 or 2 or 3 and go, nah. And then you've got the ones that go, fuck it. Just simply, fuck it. So, whichever category you fall in, happy reading or not. Later, people. Oh, I have a PS. Going through all of this stuff and jumping from the YouTube channels that I put in the description, the links and stuff like that, Fauci is kind of all through them, here, there, and everywhere. So, yeah. If you come across anything that in the older documents, not the latest ones, but in the old documents, that shows that he had any involvement in some nefarious shit, let me know. Catch you later.